Hello again, Dwayne Huff, founder and creator of Band Leadership Seminars and Band Leadership Online. And I come to you in this video today because I want to share an email that I received from a new band director. And I come to you from one of my favorite places to be, poolside, because it's almost that time of year, or at least it is here in Louisiana, and it reminds me that marching band is just around the corner. It'll be here sooner than we imagine even. So I got an email from a brand new band director I wanted to share with you because the answer might serve you, but I'm also going to ask you as a band director to jump in and leave a comment and help this fellow band director out, because you have perspective and experience that I do not have, and I'd love it if you would share it as soon as we answer this question. And then to say thank you for doing that, I have a couple of free gifts that I want to give you at the end of this video, so please stay tuned. But without further ado, let's jump in here. This brand new band director's name is Dan, and he just requested the free videos that you have probably received to share with your students. And he writes, he says, hey, I appreciate this. I will share this with my leaders, and I look forward to more videos. Also, do you have any suggestions or ways to having kids apply for drum major? I have a very small program, and I don't want to lose my best alto saxophone player for the whole show, even though she may be the best candidate. Do you have a rubric that you use to audition drum majors, or an application? I'm a new director, and I just want to go through this process as fairly as possible. Thank you, Dan. And so let me just apologize and be completely transparent up front. I've never seen that word before, and I might not be pronouncing it right, rubric, but an application, sure enough, I can come to terms with. And I gotta be honest and say that whenever Dan reached out to me, I don't know that I had the answer for him, because nobody, in all the years that I've been doing band leadership seminars, since, well, it's not been that long, like 2013, nobody's ever asked me that question, because we focus on all of the leaders, not just the drum major. And here comes Dan with this question. So Dan, thank you very much for asking that question. So I had to do a little soul searching and looking back over my past to come up with an answer. And I went all the way back to when I was first selected as a drum major. But then I looked at each subsequent time after that, and I kind of got an aggregate of what maybe the best approach to do that is. So again, I want you as a band director, please, to weigh in, leave a comment below this video as to how you approach selecting your drum majors or having them apply for drum major. But Dan, here we go, and hopefully this serves the rest of the band directors out there. I look back over the first time that I was selected to be a drum major. And it was a band director I had. I'd just been transplanted into a brand new school in high school. Went through a whole year, and my band director sat me down and he said, Dwayne, we've been talking, your peers and I, we've been talking, and we feel like you would be a great student conductor or a student leader. The student conductor was being prepared to be drum major, and he said, would you like to go away to a drum major camp, learn how to do that, come back and serve the band? And I gladly accepted. But the first point I want you, Dan, and everybody else to take away from that is that whether it's the saxophone player that you're referring to, and then in a follow-up email, Dan mentioned also a trombone player he's looking at. So it sounds to me like he's got a tough choice to make. But whomever it is that you're looking for, spend some time talking to their peers about how they perceive them. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to work with someone as a drum major, they're going to help you carry out your vision for the band. And if their peers don't respect them and they don't have an authentic influence already, no matter what they learn at leadership camp or drum major camp, it's only going to go so far. So that foundation of authentic influence, and it may be raw, and that's fine, I know mine was, will speak volumes. So be sure to check in with their peers about how they perceive them as a leader. Secondly, you've watched them. You've watched them interact in certain situations. You've seen them respond to different things. And so you have a good feel if that alto saxophone player or if that trombone player would actually be a good fit. So there's some intuition that has to come into play as step number 2. Step number 3, and this is what my band director and all subsequent band directors did on some level to audition me for drum major, is you got to bring them through fundamentals, marching fundamentals, having them conduct and just demonstrating their ability, because we all know that when it comes to leadership, example is not the main thing, example is the only thing. So how do they march? How do they conduct? They'll work with them on conducting as they go through the drum major process at a drum major camp, but their technique and their skill as a marcher sometimes will be addressed in drum major academy or drum major sessions. but they need to have a solid foundation there too. And whenever you audition them, you definitely want that to be part of the equation. And then next, and Dan, or this is for all the band directors, if you haven't picked it up yet, I have a leadership questionnaire that you could use as an application, and 2 free videos that come straight from my Band Leadership Online course that you can have for absolutely free. Again, band directors, if you haven't gotten that, reach out to me. I'll send it right over to you. But it's 2 videos that really lay it out as far as what student leadership is all about in the marching band space and what's going to be required and expected of them. So use those 2 videos as you will to audition or to qualify those 2 candidates, and then there's a questionnaire that I think you'll absolutely love that you can give them as well. So there's another piece of the equation. And then finally, every time I audition for drum major position, the same thing happened, and this is the 4th thing I'll give you. Get some peers involved, or some colleagues in the area, or maybe an assistant band director, or like my first band director did. He ended up hiring the drum major from Louisiana State University, who also happened to be the drum major of Phantom Regiment. I forget the guy's last name. I want to say it was Scott Held or Scott Helm. For all of you Phantom Regiment fans, back in actually about 1986, 87, Scott was the drum major at Phantom Regiment too. So I was amazed to have this person in my presence. I was a big drum and bugle corps fan even back then. But he chose to bring him in to the audition process and to have him weigh in and help him select. So he didn't go it alone. He got someone who was in the know and who was very comfortable helping making those decisions. So whether it's a fellow band director, or it's an assistant band director, or it's one of the seniors in your band, or a panel of seniors, or whomever you deem to be qualified for the job, bring them in so that you guys can do a panel and work together to make that decision. But ultimately, Dan and the band directors, it is your decision, because obviously you're going to have to work with them for a full year. And no matter what I do to prepare them, or what Drum Major Camp does to prepare them, you still have to work with that foundation that you're given. So Dan, I hope that helps and serves you. Band directors, please, 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 right here below the video, please leave a comment. Help Dan out. Let's create some community for Dan that will support him in his new role as a band director. I don't know how new he is, but he said he was a new band director, so I do want to support and help Dan out. And here's that free gift that I was telling you. My information is on the website, whether it's bandleadership.net or bandleadershipseminars.com, which is our new website, updated a little bit. Reach out to me if you're interested, but what I want to offer you is if you're a band director and you're preparing for marching band season and you just want somebody to spitball ideas with, to brainstorm, to ask questions, because I travel the country and work with band directors. I talk to a lot of them on the phone, and if nothing else, we email back and forth. I've conducted surveys of band directors to kind of get in their head and see what it is they expect, want, and need from a program like mine. So if you're willing, if you would like, free of charge, no obligation, I'm willing to invest time in you. We can do a 30-minute session. Just reach out to me and let me know you're interested. Second bonus I want to give you. If you've watched any of my videos, you've probably seen somewhere along the way that we do a Band Leadership Online course, and I'd like to give you free tuition for an entire year. Here's how that works. You may have seen some stuff come through that also says that I'm putting together some live multi-school events. I've only set for 10 this year. That's all I have time for, and 5 of them are already filled, but we're still trying to fill those last 5 slots. So if you're interested in hosting a multi-school event, reach out to me. We'll talk about it, see if it's a good fit. And if it is, what I'm going to do is, if I come out to your school and you've hosted a multi-school event, I'm going to also give you free tuition for a full year into Band Leadership Online. So after I leave, you can use that to reinforce for the rest of the year, not only your drum major, but the rest of your leaders. And I'll take it a step further. If you host that multi-school event and your colleagues come together to support that and join in with you, I will give them free tuition into band leadership online. So there you go. Just my way of saying thank you for helping Dan out, and I hope this has served. So reach out to me quick if that's you, because we need to get that ball rolling because we only have 5 slots left. And listen, you may be the most influential band director in your area, and everybody may love you, but trust me, don't try to garner support for a live event, a live multi-school event by yourself, because I've seen it time and time again. They love you, but they don't know me. And so if you go, hey, I want to bring Dwayne Huff and band leadership seminars into the area, let's all do it. They're like, you know, so don't go that alone. I've got some tools in place. I've got some videos that will kind of lower those walls and warm them up to me so that you can have that conversation. So again, 2 gifts. If you'd like to spend some time on the phone spitballing ideas or brainstorming, reach out to me and let me know about that. Secondly, free tuition to band leadership online if you host a multi-school event. That applies to you too, Dan. If that's in the cards for you, let me know. But again, band directors, please leave your comments below. Help Dan out. How do you go about choosing or auditioning your drum majors? And for that matter, your student leaders. So until we talk again, remember, your leaders can inspire superior performance, but it all starts with the example that we set for them. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.